Welcome to my project. I call this the Big Dig. As you can see, I've done a lot of work here already. But I just got this GoPro and I thought, I'm doing such cool stuff, I should really document it. And so, here we go with the KX080. And today we got a pretty bad drainage problem here, so I'm gonna fix it by digging out all this wet area and putting in a bunch of crushed rock, probably from that little pit over there of shale that I found, and some more that I've stacked up over here. And then I'll put some dirt back over it and relay my my gravel, and we'll have a brand new well-drained parking lot. But first we have to take off the old gravel, so here we go. Trying to peel off that old gravel layer because I want to reuse that. Some of it's a little bit muddy in there, but whatever, that'll wash out in the rain. Anyway, I'm gonna have to put a new layer over the top at some point. But putting this old one down, it will help. That's too muddy for me. So you notice how I'm bouncing around a lot? Sometimes it's helpful to put your blade down to steady you. In fact, not sometimes, most times. So let's just go ahead and do that. Yeah, we're all nice and stable, and we can dig a lot better. Notice I peeled that off basically right down to the clay level. Notice the water's back flowing in, so you know what? Let's just start over here and clear this problem. Get that water flowing where it needs to go. Good. I think I'll take out a bit more. But at this point, seeing as I'm out of the wet, I just use my dozer blade. A bit of clay in there, but pay a price for efficiency. In the mud. Let's get out of the mud. Great. Quick and dirty. dirty. Emphasis on the dirty. Woohoo! Going for a ride. This is of course the quickest way to turn a 180, or well, 90 degrees too, of course. Easier on your tracks, probably easier on the ground underneath you too. Travel too far away because my aim is to put it all back down, so just get it out of where I need to work. That's all. Oh. Hanging up a bit. Oh, look at that nice little mud pit. That's why we're fixing it. Mud really is the bane of your excavating. It gets in your tracks, sinks your excavator, you get stuck in it. If you've ever been high bottomed in a muddy pit, you know how annoying mud can be. It's never good. We need a piece of heavy machinery to rescue your heavy machinery. It's a little rocky right now. My blade isn't actually all the way in the ground, so sometimes just give it a little shove forward like that. Helps to set your blade. That's rocky now. Don't really want any of that wood fiber in here. Wow, the grapple seems pretty deep in this area. Well, might as well grab it. Quicksand. Gross. Don't splash that on you. So I didn't tell you this before, but my intention is to delete this whole hill. And this is not just a hill. This is a hugel pile. That's right. That is wood covered with dirt. And you know, not ideal, but anyway, we're gonna move it all over here to the top of that other hugel pile and make a bigger privacy screen. But additionally, I want my drainage to go right through where this hugel pile is. So the good news about having a KX080 is that you can do stuff like remove a giant hill in not much time at all. So let's get to work. But first things first, I need to change my bucket. Let's do one little push here. Let's just do one little push here. All right, our area is clear. It's clear. Let's go now and change our buckets. The grading bucket, or the cleanup bucket as some people like to call it. Although really this one, I think it's a little bit too big to be called a cleanup bucket on this KX080, but it sure is great for grading. It's not good for digging, so let's go ahead and change this out. First time I changed the bucket on this KX0, I found it pretty frustrating, I'll be honest with you. But after a little practice, I came to see that it's really easy. It helps to have your earmuffs on. It's kind of loud. So the trick really is you just drop your old bucket. Oh, a little close. So what we want to do is just put that between the uprights. Then usually you can, oh. And then usually you can just kind of wiggle the bucket around to where you need it to go. There you go. That was a bit of a tricky one. Actually, when I put the bucket down, I put it on top of that rock there, and I was like, oh, that's gonna mess me up. Sure enough. Oops, wrong way. Yeah, that screw is really beat up. But it'll work. That's loud. Okay, should be good to go. One more little one. Great. Don't forget your hammer. The bucket changed out, we're ready to dig. That's what we look like on the camera. Cool. Okay. What to do first? All right. All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna delete this hill first. So, big roll of tech table. Let's get that out of the way. These things are heavy, so I want to do the least amount of work possible. Oh, look at that, casualty of war. Ripped that off the skid steer there yesterday. Got snagged on a big rock. It's my rock bucket. So we're here with the rock hammer. Still got good parts on it. Oh, here's this cup. Refuse. Get that out of the way for now. All right, here goes. Heavy. So don't rotate that and crush it. You gotta be a little careful with these things. It's not a rock. Where should we put this? My long fingernail. Broke that tooth off and lost it the other day. Now the new one's a lot bigger than the old ones. Funny to think that they all started that way, huh? Alright, seeing as we're digging out this hill, dropped our bucket in the wrong place. We'll just go grab that. Really want to be careful when you're digging, because the craziest things are sometimes right at the surface, overgrown by grass. It could be power cords. overground plumbing. Who knows why it happens. Oh, look at that right there. Case in point, power cord. Huh. Oh, just put it here on this rock where it's pretty obvious for now. Facilities. I have aspirations to make a really nice washroom area here one day. For now, we got the dirty old outhouse. All right, here's this hugel pile. So we're gonna delete this right now. Too bad, it's got a lot of borage and other beautiful stuff growing on there. But anyway, it'll all grow back. It's early spring. So we're gonna delete it over to that area. And then the drainage is gonna come through here instead of going down this path here and into my pond and muddying it up. It's gonna be great. Let's go to work. Hey, Borge. There's the jousting rod I was talking about. Now imagine you go like this and just bam, right into your machine. Don't do that. So, headed back to the big dig. We had to go get some fuel. Always drag when that happens, because it's, you know, it's quite a ways away to where my fuel tank is, on the other side of the property. So, it takes a good half hour to get over there, fuel up, and get back. But such is life. Sure beats hauling jerry cans around. That little pile of gravel we made earlier. Looks like there's still a bit more gravel on the ground. I'm gonna get it, but not right now. Let's go finish this dig here by going up through here. Oh, this is nice. Now we're up on top of the hill. We're just gonna make it just that much easier to put dirt up on top of this big little mountain I'm making. It's a big hugel stump. I mean, this really is just a temporary pile. My intention is to transfer all of this kind of over onto that pile over there. A bit more of a privacy screen because my neighbors over here, they can see my house, and you know, I'd rather they didn't. So that's where piling up earth is it's very beneficial. If you have a KX080 or any excavator, a big dirt pile is probably your cheapest, fastest, easiest privacy screen to make. And the other benefits of a big dirt pile are they really deflect sound. So any sound coming from your neighbors or from you towards your neighbors, you know, it kind of just gets bounced up into the sky by the dirt pile. I know my neighbor has a heat pump on their house, and the compressor fan is, well, let's just say it needs to be fixed. But it'll be nice when I don't have to listen to that anymore. Anyway, we're almost done with this big pile. Which is nice. You know, it only took about a half an hour of digging and swinging to get rid of this whole hugel pile. That is the power of the excavator. When I moved to this property, this was just a big field, big hay field. And for years we grew hay here. but I'm not a farmer, so I don't actually have a tractor or haying out equipment. So it's nice if I could get it hayed out. But recently, most of the people that do hay on the island, and I'm on Salt Spring Island, have kind of quit. So with nobody left to hay out my field, I thought, well, that's pretty useless. I might as well transform it. So I got in my KX080 here, and I headed down into that field last autumn. And boy, did I do a number on it. And I love it. I just love it. The power of having an excavator like this really lets you make your dreams come true and exercise your vision and terraform. And just do the craziest things, really. Oh, here, look at that roller. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Close one. I didn't see that rock in the bucket. And it was a round one to boot. A beach ball. Gotta be careful, because you can put those on your pile like here, and then they just roll right back down and hit your excavator. So it can be a drag to have things like that happen. Trying to push that pile forward, get a little bit more room to dump my dirt, but it seems like there's a bunch of logs or something on the other side there, making that a little bit hard. The way this property works, we got about 6 inches of topsoil, then we get into kind of this browny stuff, which is a mix of topsoil and clay, I guess, and then right under that, look at that. That is a beautiful buttery layer of clay. It's about 2 feet deep. And because of that beautiful clay layer, I'm able to build these incredible ponds, right? Because they don't need to be lined. The clay holds the water, you pack it in just right, and I'll be doing that down through this area too, just to show you how it works. But you pack it in, water doesn't run through, so you can make ponds and water features. It really is important to use that blade to level yourself. Save yourself, you'll save your machine. There we are, leveled out. See, we're quite high off the ground, right? It's probably 2 feet off the ground. This machine's built to work like this. I've been doing this for years, 5 years. And I've never broke a machine yet. I'm not saying it's not going to happen at some point in time. That's construction gear. You're always breaking it. So let's start swinging. This is going to be a big drainage ditch, basically. I'm filling it with, you know, pretty giant pieces of rock. This is my rock pile here that I've separated. So that rock pile is going to go in this ditch. And because of that, it's not just a simple little trench here. I want to have quite a good, pretty deep trench to backfill with that rock. Ultimately, we want that water going down this hill, not collecting in our parking lot. So we're gonna have to get a little low here. not going to be able to straddle this trench, so I'll just dig it out as I go back. Well, this trench is wide enough, I could probably get right in it. Issues with materials management, like where do you put your dirt, right? You want to move your dirt as few times as possible. So this pile I'm making here of this nice clay, I'll use it down here somewhere, maybe to fill in this area. I haven't decided yet. As I dig back, I'll start piling it over on that side. That rock dust, try not to breathe that. You never know what's in those rocks. The arsenic. That's what happens when you scrape a rock, you get rock dust. Whoa, so we're right on the bed. Right on the bedrock there. Okay. See, that's some shale breaking off. Okay, my one tooth will help there. A bunch of shale coming out. See that rock dust? See that rock dust coming out? Happily it's blowing in the other direction. Okay, we're going to call that finito. So, oh, it's the silence. So now we're going to go get in the little tank over there and fill this with the drainage rock. Let's do it. Pretty good little hole we built. Obviously some work needs to be done on that end, on the outflow, but this is a good place to start, that's for sure.